Mi gente, mi gente, mi gente. Espero que estén bien. Super excited about today's video. I want to talk about how I personally improved my Spanish. Hats off, by the way, to everybody that's been working on their Spanish. Round of applause to y'all. But yeah, I'll make this video. I didn't want to make a script for this. I want to make this as authentic as I can make it. So I have been passionate about Spanish for as long as I can remember. If I could put a number on it, it's been at least 6 years that I've been, going and learning and immersing myself and just learning as much as I can. And, I addressed part of, how I got into it in a video that I'll link in the description. It's actually the most recent video I made before this. But the way that I've essentially improved my Spanish personally is through conversing with native speakers and just making sure I focus on the conversational aspect in general, having real-time conversations and actively listening. That's how I've improved. And so I think about the first conversation I was ever a part of. This was the 10th grade, and it was a part of my high school. So our high school had this social event. You can meet other students, meet the professors, because I was a part of a virtual program for most of high school. And so, I pull up to the event. I'm like all smile. Hey, how you doing? Like, if you know me, I'm a very extroverted guy. I love talking to people. I'm a people person. So, I pull up to the event. My professor's there. The whitest, most gringo looking guy you would ever see. So I'm not thinking much of it. And so, how professors and people get to asking, oh, well, what do you want to do when you get into college? What do you want to do with your life and your career? All these existential questions. So me being me, I'm like, I really love Spanish as a language and I'm trying to get more into the culture. So, business ideas, something entrepreneurial, even a job where I can be helping native speakers, just give value and provide help using my passion. And he was like, oh, word, like you speak that Spanish. And he was like, matter of fact, my spouse is Puerto Rican and I've been able to practice that way. I'm like, oh, well, let's practice the conversation. And so, boom, I'm like, this is my first attempt. I'm like, okay, whew, it's time to get to cooking. So I can't remember what we were even talking about, but I remember I put together some sentence. I can't remember what I said. I'm probably like, ¿Qué tal estuvo tu día? Like, how was your day? Or ¿Cómo fue tu día? But I didn't string it together in the best way, but he can understand it. Man, when I tell you he gave me like a paragraph response, like you know how you send those long texts, like people who send breakup texts or people who send just something crazy, like a crazy long paragraph. He gave me the longest response, and I'm sitting there like if I can see the subtitles come across his forehead, I'm like, I don't know what Buddy's saying. And so, I keep trying and trying. And, he sees that I'm struggling, but he sees I'm really passionate about it. So he gave me the tip that I was able to give one of my friends, and I was implementing it for a while, and I still implement it. It's like, hey, like when you cut on your favorite movie, make sure you're engaging with it in Spanish in some way. So case in point, if you're doing it with English audio, have Spanish subtitles so you can be learning new words. If you're not really that good at comprehending, do Spanish audio, English subtitles so you can connect. And as you get more advanced and comfortable, take away the subtitles and do Spanish audio. So he was giving me these tips, whatever. All that to say, from that moment on, from about the end of 10th grade until now, as I'm about to wrap up my 4-year degree in the next few months, I have been relentlessly chasing and passionately pursuing fluency, as they like to say, in this language, and the maximum level of proficiency that I can reach. That failure taught me that I've got some work to do, and I really need to engage with my community and the Spanish speakers around me and those in my life and those who have a stake in my life, and actually get closer to this language and getting better with cultural aspects. And so to kind of summarize a lot of things that are going through my head, from time to time to time, I would be intentional and going out, and if I hear Spanish, try to eavesdrop on conversation, see if I can understand, see if I can go and spark a conversation, I'd even try to talk to a woman, try to flirt a little bit, get turned down, you know what I'm saying? Found some women that were interested, you know, got some good results. But regardless of all of that, it all came from this passion and this healthy frustration to just want to understand and grow closer to the language and to the people and be a part of something bigger than myself. I read something in this book called Failing Forward. It says, get over yourself and give more of yourself. And I think through connecting with this language, I'm able to do that perfectly. And that's really the essence and the heart of this video, how I've been able to improve my Spanish. I just focus on the conversational aspect. Like, I have so much knowledge about the grammatical aspects and conjugations and all the written portions, but I really wanted to go and execute and practice. Kind of losing my voice a bit, apologies. And so that's essentially how I've been able to practice. And hopefully you can kind of glean and take away from that. And one way that I've really been able to, especially in moments when I felt too nervous to go and talk to people because I didn't want to seem weird, I have a couple of buddies, or one friend in particular, who actually graduated from Elon, and we get on a FaceTime, hop on the phone, and he's not even a native speaker, but he speaks extremely well, and we'll be on the phone sometimes for hours, just talking in Spanish about like what's going on in our lives, how we've been, talk about the NBA, talk about school, academics, intellectual topics, talk about dating, and imagine trying to navigate through all these topics, all the words that I've been able to learn and the different ways that I've been able to flow. So it's really about that too. Fluency is not knowing every word in a language, because by that definition, we're not fluent in English. There's a lot of words we don't know. Fluency is being able to communicate yourself in a way that you're understood across various topics and not just one surface level topic. You can talk about different things. I can talk about dating, I can talk about sports, I can talk about cars, I can talk about school, I can talk about politics or religion or fashion. You can talk about a plethora of things, and maybe you're not able to talk about all these things right now, but make that a goal for yourself. Like, instead of just knowing how to order food or talk about food, I want to be able to talk about, talk to my uncle about something in Spanish, because maybe your uncle speaks fluently, or if you have a neighbor that you want to connect with, or somebody that who speaks fluently. It's just about connecting, and it's about the effort. People appreciate your effort. So I would say that, and hopefully that helps. That's really, again, how I improve my Spanish, focusing on the conversational aspect and not being afraid to look dumb and fail and whatever. And it's paid dividends for me, obviously, as you can see. So be inspired by that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like, leave a comment of what you want to see next, and subscribe. Share this video with a friend, most importantly, and I'll see you on the next one. Nos vemos.